Hello everybody, and today I'm going to show you how to fix broken files and folders. Now, I was pretty unsure how to name this video because on one hand I want this video to be accessible and catchy for most people, and on the other end I need the title to be understandable, so I had a little bit of a trouble naming the tutorial, so I will explain more deeply what I mean now. By broken files and folders, I don't mean restore deleted ones. No, this is what you came for. You should watch my tutorial about this too. However, by broken I mean, for example, I have a software, virtualization software, for example, VMware Workstation Professional, and the virtual machine that I'm going to use, that I'm using there, is malfunctioning or not working, or I have a video game, the brand new video game from the best video game developer. However, when I try to save the game, it gives me an error that it cannot access, or it doesn't have the permission to use the save folder. What I'm attempting to explain here is there's a very common problem in Windows that is deeply connected to the attributes of folders. I have a folder here that I called it other. When I right click on it, there is properties, and here there is an attribute called read only applies to files and folders, etc. What it means that this folder is read-only folder. You can only read it. You can change read and write to the folder, but other programs and users that are not in your privileges cannot access the writing capability of the folder. Now, this is a very simple example, and by default most of the folders you're creating are read-only. However, if I am going to my documents, and here I find folder of save for best game. Best game is something that I came up with, and this is where the game saves your progress. Now, when the when the game is trying to use this folder, it doesn't have the privilege and it doesn't have the permission to use this folder. Thus, it cannot write anything, and you cannot save the game, and you're getting an error in the good case. In the worst case, you're not getting anything, and then you will lose all your progress, which is terrible. The solution is absolutely simple. Right click, as I showed you before, on the folder, properties, and change the attribute from read only, just disable it completely. I will give you another example. On my other user, my private user, I have a huge folder of 100 GB in size for my virtual machines, if you know what I mean. Virtual machines that I use in VMware Workstation, pretty good software, I should recommend you. And after an issue that I had in Windows, nothing that is connected by some mean or another to VMware, every folder in my documents folder became read-only, and thus I couldn't access the virtual machines, because when you have a virtual machine you need to be able to both read and write the information. If I cannot write, it's pretty problematic, because you cannot use anything that is not writable and only readable. It's not an emulation, it's virtualization. Although even in emulation you need to write things, of course. So what I did was absolutely simple. I went to my documents where the folder of virtual machines is saved, right click, change the attribute, apply it for every subfolder also, and that's it. Problem solved. I hope you find this tutorial helpful enough. What we solved here is how to prevent softwares and programs for not being able to access information by only changing the attribute. No need for registry tweaking, no need for any third-party software, no need to call Microsoft, and no need to use very complex command prompt commands. No need at all. You can fix it by yourself by simply checking something. That's it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope that it helped you somehow, and if not, maybe it got you more educated about computers and Windows in general. And I will see you in my next video. Take care.